Hey guys, welcome back to Rust Admin Academy. On this channel, I do a lot of plugin reviews and tutorials to teach you how to be the best server owner possible. So if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notification bells so that you get notified as soon as I upload new content. If you find any value in this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to connect your Discord server to your Rust server so that they can communicate back and forth. There's a couple of different things that you can do with this. You can display chat from your server in your Discord server. You can show a death log. You can also make it so that people can actually report issues from in the game and it will display to you in a dedicated channel in your Discord server. So I'm going to show you how to do every single step along the way so that you get this working in your server exactly the way you want it to. Before we get started on all of that, if you haven't already done so, make sure you join the Discord. I'm going to put a link to it right here as well as in the video description down below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/SrtBull. At the end of each video, I'll be displaying the names of every single one of the Patreons that joins my Patreon. So if you'd like to get your name displayed at the end of each video, make sure you go to patreon.com/SrtBull. Alright, let's get started on this Discord stuff. So first things first, I set up a dedicated server just for this one tutorial. Literally this server that you see running right now, I just finished setting this up. It doesn't even have Oxide installed onto it yet, so I'm going to go ahead and install Oxide and then I'll show you the next step. Because you do have to have Oxide installed on your server in order for this to work. Alright, so now that the server is back up and running, we can just type o.version to show you that Oxide is actually installed on this server. So the next thing that we need to do is we actually need to go download the Discord extension that is available from the UMod website. I'm going to put a link to it in the video description down below because it's not exactly easy to find. They don't have it linked anywhere on the actual website itself. So this is what it looks like when you land at the UMod website. And like I said, there's nowhere in here, or there's nowhere that I've easily found that takes you directly to the extensions page. So if you just type umod.org/extensions, that'll take you directly to the UMod page. Looks just like this. Once you get there, you want to download the Discord extension by Tricky. Depending on the particular setup that you have running your server, in my case, I'm using a localhost server for this application. Your system might ask you if you actually want to keep this file because it's a DLL and your computer is typically going to look at this file as a threat. It's okay, we want to keep this file because we need to use it, obviously. We're just going to click on keep, and then that lands in our downloads folder. And now we can work with this file. So this is what the file will look like, oxide.ext.discord.dll. Now, what do we do with this file? We have to put this file into our Rust dedicated data/managed folder where our server is actually residing. But we need to do this with our server offline. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down this server, and then I'm going to show you exactly where I drag and drop this file to. So as you can see on the screen there, this is where my server is actually residing right now. So it's Discord tutorial server and then Discord server. So we want to go into Rust dedicated data, and then we want to go into the managed folder right here. This is where we want to drag and drop this file to, or copy paste, which is exactly what I just did. There we go. Now we have our Discord extension installed into our Rust dedicated data/managed folder. Now we can restart our server and we're going to see it boot up a little bit differently. So as you can see, as the server booted up, you can already start seeing in there extension C#, Discord, MySQL, blah, 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 blah. It's showing you all of the information. It's telling you that that extension is actually where we need it to be. So it's going to work. It's also worth noting that this extension by itself does absolutely nothing for you, but you do have to have it in order to connect your Discord server to your Rust game server. Now that our server has completed booting up with the Discord extension in there, we can move on to the next step. Now, it is also worth noting that there are a couple of different methods or plugins in which you can use to communicate between your two servers, your Rust server and your game server. I prefer using the Discord core by MJSU. I'm going to put a link to that in the video description down below. Now, it is also worth noting that this plugin by itself doesn't technically do anything, but it does allow us to add on some other plugins that will actually make this work. What this is doing right now is basically just creating a bridge using the Discord extension to communicate from your game server to your Discord server. I'm going to go ahead and download Discord Core from MJSU. If you've never seen this process done before, make sure you click on the link in the top right hand corner right now. It shows you how to install plugins. We follow this exact same process with this Discord plugin, so you can check out that video if you're unclear. It'll show you exactly what to expect while you're installing a plugin. Once the plugin is successfully installed, you're going to see your console give you a couple of notifications. The first of which is that it's loading the default configuration file, which isn't going to work right away because we need to, as it says right there, please enter your Discord bot API key, and then of course reload the plugin. And this is what your default configuration file is going to look like for Discord Core. And as you can see, the very top line there is Discord API key. Well, where do I get that information from? To get that information, you have to go to discordapp.com and then go into the developers portal. That is discordapp.com/developers/applications. I'll put a link to that in the video description down below as well. I'm going to have a lot of links in this video description by the time this is all said and done. Trust me. What we want to do here is we actually want to create a new application. So top right hand corner, purple button says new application. So we want to give this application a name, and I'm just going to call this SrtBull YouTube Discord tutorial. You're going to want to call this whatever is applicable to you. This is how it's actually going to appear once you invite the bot that we're about to create into your server. It's also worth noting that all of this information that you're seeing on my screen right now, you see client ID. I could click on client secret, and I have no issue showing you this information. However, this is very sensitive information and you want to make sure that nobody ever has access to it. The reason why I'm okay with it is because as soon as I'm done recording this video, so before you guys are actually seeing this go live, I'm going to delete this application and this API key is no longer going to be accessible. You'll see a couple of caution and warnings that come up that says that if Discord finds out that you're abusing an API or anything like that, that you can actually be banned from the platform indefinitely, permanently even. So that's why I put this disclaimer out there. Just know that this information by the time you guys see this video is no longer going to be valid. The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to click on the left hand side here, right underneath OAuth, is we want to create a new bot. So we're going to click on bot and we're going to add a bot to this application. Yes, we want to use a bot, and in here we can customize our bot a little bit if we want to change the name of it or if we want to add an icon. This is the place to do all of that right now. I'm just going to leave it at default right now because, like I said, this bot isn't going to exist by the time you guys see this video. This token that you see right next to my bot's icon is what we need to take and copy over into our configuration file for Discord Core. I'm just going to click on copy and go back to our configuration file for Discord Core, and I'm just going to click Control V to paste that bot API key into our config file. So now we can go ahead and save this and reload the plugin and see what happens. All right, so now that that's done, we've reloaded the plugin and now our bot is actually connected to our server. But what good does that do us? Now we need to invite this bot into our actual Discord server so that they can communicate back and forth. So what we need to do to invite our bot into our Discord server, we need to go back to the UMod website and go to the Discord Core plugin description. In there, you'll see a link that we need to create in order to invite our bot to our Discord. This is the link that you see highlighted on the screen right now. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to take it to the address bar of Chrome so that I can customize it to my bot so that I can invite this bot into my Discord. So this is what it looks like right here, but we have to make some changes to this because this bot ID that you see right there isn't actually the one that we need to be using. So we go back to the Discord application portal, go into general information and grab this client ID right here. You can just click on copy, go back to your address, and then we can just replace this right here. So now it's showing our client ID that we want to invite to our Discord. We're also giving it permission number 8, which gets a little bit complicated, but you can predetermine an algorithm that determines what permissions your bot is going to have. 8 is an administrator level. Just take my word for it. There's a calculator on the portal that helps you determine. Anyway, whatever, that gets really complicated. Don't worry about that. We need this to be 8. And we've seen this page before. We need to determine which Discord server we want to invite this bot to. And this is a brand new Discord server, one that I've never used before. It's called BTS2. And again, same thing as before. As soon as I'm done with this video, it's all going to be gone anyways, so don't try and join it. So we want to select BTS2 and we want to continue. And we're going to give it administrator permissions. We've predetermined that before, but this is just Discord saying, are you sure you want this bot to have those permissions? And yes, we do. Click on the CAPTCHA, I'm not a robot, and there we go. If we pull up my BTS2 Discord server, it'll now show that we have a new bot. Okay, so here we are at our brand new Discord server, and if you look in the top right hand corner, you can see SrtBull YouTube, and if we actually click on it, YouTube Discord tutorial. So we know that our bot has actually landed in our Discord, and this section is now complete. If you head back over to the Discord core page on the UMod website, you can see the different types of plugins that MJSU has created in order to work with Discord core. So in this tutorial, I'm going to add the chat function, I'm going to add the death function, and I'm also going to add the players function. But the functionality of each one of these plugins is essentially the same. It might get a little bit redundant, but you can apply what you're learning here now to all of these other different types of plugins. You know what, while I'm at it, I'm also going to add the wipe plugin. So it'll report in the Discord that the server has been wiped, or updated to the latest version of Oxide if that's what you want it to display. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and download these 4 plugins, and then I'm going to install them, and then I'm going to go through the configuration of each one of those plugins. There's a couple of changes that you need to make on each one of the configs so that your bot knows where to display this information. You'll see how it works as we go along. Here we've got our 4 plugins that we're going to install into our test server. Just drag and drop into our plugins folder, and as you can see there, it is now processing all of the configuration files and giving you any errors that might be applicable. And of course there's going to be errors. These are just default config files. They don't actually have the information in them that we need to have. So let's just go into our configuration folder, and we'll start with the very first one. So Discord chat is the first configuration file that we're going to deal with. Let's go ahead and start with that. This is the default configuration file for Discord chat, and as you can see there, it's looking for the channel identifiers of where we want to have this information in our Discord server. It's also worth noting that there's 2 different chat types available inside Rust. One of them is global, the other one is team chat. I highly recommend that you don't display team chat inside your Discord server because there can be some sensitive conversations going on inside your team chat that you don't necessarily want the entire public to have access to. So I just use global chat, but just know that the team functionality is there if you want to give that ability to people with certain permissions, i.e. administrators or moderators of your Discord server or even your Rust server. It's a good way to monitor the types of conversations that are going on in between team members inside your Rust server. Again, I'm going to warn you though, be careful with who you show this information to. Team chat is just that, it's team chat. It's only between teammates. It's not something that you want the public to have access to. All right, so back in my Discord, I went ahead, I created 4 different text channels. One is chat, one is death, one is players, and the other one is the wipe. I also need to add another one called bot. So the first thing that the plugin is going to be looking for is a channel that has the identifier called chat. Well, I don't necessarily agree. You might have more than one chat channel inside of your Discord server, so I prefer to use channel IDs instead. I find it to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more accurate. So if we just right click on our server chat and click on copy ID, now we have that channel ID copied to our clipboard, and we can take that information over to our configuration file and just paste it in place. So instead of chat, it's actually going to have the channel ID there. And the rest of this stuff that you see on this configuration file is just a way that you can configure how you actually want it to look, what color you want the text to look like. Do you want to have it displayed saying that this is coming from Discord, etc., etc. But for right now, we're just going to leave the rest of this configuration at default, and you'll see exactly how it responds. So we just need to save this file, and then we can go back to our server console and type o.reload Discord chat. As you can see there, I got an error. It says channel not found in guild, and it's looking for the channel called chat. I'll explain why. Let's go back to the configuration. So on this configuration, it's asking what channel do we want to use to display the join or leave of the server. And it's looking for that right here. We're just going to copy this channel ID right here and place that in there as well. So not only are we going to have the global chat happening inside this channel, we're also going to have any members that join or leave the server is also going to be displayed in this channel. So let's save and reload that again. All right, so that's successfully reloaded. We know we don't have any further issues. So we know that if we go into our server and type in there, it's going to display in this chat. But me telling you that doesn't mean anything. So now I need to actually show you. Okay, so here we are inside of our test server, and let me just put in chat. So I just simply wrote, hi there, this is chat from the Rust server, and it'll be displayed in the Discord chat channel. So let's see if it actually showed up. So if we go back to our Discord and click on server chat right here, and there we go. In the bottom left, you're actually seeing that I joined the server and that I put this in the chat. So there you go. Now we have our game server is communicating with our Discord server, and it's all working fine. I actually have 3 monitors set up, and you wouldn't believe that with the 3 monitors that I have, this isn't enough monitor space for me to be controlling what I'm showing you at what time. It's actually quite frustrating. So this process is essentially exactly the same no matter which plugin that you're using from MJSU. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make these changes in all of the config files, and then I'll come back to you and show you the result when we're done. Okay, so now I've completed the chat, I've completed players, I've completed the wipe and the death channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take down the server right now. I'm going to quickly change which map seed it is so that it's going to appear like it's a wipe, and I'll show you the end result. So as you can see here, my server is now booting up and it's going to appear as a wipe. So it's actually going to show a new map save. As soon as it shows that new map save, we'll hop back over to the Discord and I'll show you what it displays there. Now that the server has completed booting with our new map save, I can take you back over to the Discord and show you exactly what it displayed there. So as you can see, we have a notification in the wipe channel. If we click on that, it's actually going to show, as you can see at the bottom left there, Rust update at everyone. SrtBull Discord server has just wiped. Join now. So this is a completely automated process. As soon as you wipe your server or change your seed or whatever it is that you're going to do, it's going to display publicly to your Discord that the server is wiped and is now ready to be played on. So you can definitely see how this would be beneficial to you. It lets your Discord members know that your server is ready to go and it's time for them to get on and populate your server. I just came back over to this view to show you that I'm back in the server again so that I can show you what happens when you type /players inside your Discord. So if we type /players in our bot channel, it'll actually show us a list of players that are playing in our server currently. You may not want to have the Steam 64 ID there, and I'll show you how you can change that right now. If we go into our Oxide folder, configuration folder, and we want to pull up the configuration file for Discord players, this is what the configuration looks like right here. You can change this command name here if you want to. This is the section that I want to bring your attention to right here. If you don't want it to display the Steam 64 ID anytime anybody types /players in your Discord, you can actually just take that section out and all that's left there is the clan name and then the player name, which I feel is a lot safer. Not that anybody can really do anything with the Steam 64 ID, but why display that information? It doesn't do any other players any good anyways. In order for those changes to take effect, we just need to save this file and then of course go and reload the plugin. o.reload Discord players. So if we go back and do that same command again, /players, it now just shows the name, and if I were part of a clan, it would also show my clan name there as well. The only other thing that I haven't shown you yet is that the death log is actually working. So I'm going to go back into my Rust server and I'm just going to commit suicide, and I'll show you that the death log is actually working as well. It's also worth noting that in order for Discord deaths to work properly, you actually have to have death notes installed. Death notes is a fairly common plugin that people use to display deaths in chat, and Discord deaths uses that same plugin to display that information to your Discord. So I'm just going to walk up and let this blinker kill me. All right, finish the job. There we go. And if we flip back over to the Discord, you can now see that it shows Spectre couldn't run away from the boar. So there we go. Now we have all of these aspects of Discord communication between Discord and our Rust server. They're all working exactly the way that we thought they should. So now a couple of things that I will mention that are important to know when dealing with these versions of Discord communications is when you type /players, you have to type it in the bot channel. So if we go into the bot channel and type /players, it'll show us the information that we're actually requesting for. However, if we go into server deaths, for example, and do the same thing, it's going to delete the message. It's going to send us a private message from the bot that says, please use all commands in the bot channel. That way you don't have people spamming different channels looking for different information, because the other plugins that are displayed that will work with Discord Core, there are a couple of different commands that are available. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that this communication between the Discord chat and your server is only one way, and that's the way you want it. You don't want people to be able to go into your Discord and actually chat directly with people in the game. So if you try to chat in this new server chat channel that we've created, the bot is actually going to delete that message, and if we go back to the Rust server, you'll see that it didn't display in the chat here either. So it's just another protection. You don't want people in your Discord server to be able to chat with the players in your server. Trust me, it can get a little toxic. You don't even want it. And that's the basic tutorial for Discord Core by MJSU. Depending on your level of experience with running servers, this might seem a little bit complicated. I prefer this method because this allows me as the server owner to determine which aspects of Discord communication do I want to use. There are other plugins out there that will do everything all in one plugin, but what MJSU has done is broken out each individual section of that so that all we need to do is take our Discord core and apply which specific plugins we want to actually use. In this case, we use chat, players, wipe, and deaths. And you don't necessarily need to use that combination, but you can use whatever information you want. And then your server is not cluttered up with stuff that you don't even need because we're using separate plugins to do different things. I know the first time that I experienced any of MJSU's plugins, the first one that comes to mind is Magic Panels. It seems complicated at first, but once you understand what his thinking is, it makes sense that you can pick which plugins or which aspects of each individual plugin do you want to be able to use, and then just get rid of all of the other ones that you don't need. They just take up space, they take up resources from your server, stuff that you don't need. It's actually a better way to look at things. All right, as promised at the beginning of the video, I told you that I'd show you the list of all of my Patreon supporters, and a huge shout out goes to every single one that has shown such love and such support for what I'm doing on this channel. You have no idea what this means to me. My heart goes out to you. I cannot believe the amount of support that I'm getting out of this. So if you'd like to join the Patreon, make sure you click on the link in the video description down below, patreon.com/SrtBull, to get special access to the Discord. You get a special role, and you'll get your name displayed on any future upcoming videos. I thank you guys so much. Like I said before, you have no idea what this means to me. I never thought that this channel would be so well received, believe it or not. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial on Discord Core. If you did, throw me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know the types of things that you guys are going to be doing with this plugin. I've had a lot of people asking me to do tutorials on a couple of plugins that have recently been released. One of them is available from Orange. The other one is actually available from the UMod website, and it is free, and it's called Rateable Bases. I need to tell you guys the reason why I haven't done a tutorial, and the reason is because I have another developer that's working on a very similar concept of a plugin that will allow us to spawn bases automatically. It's not something that the server owner actually has to do. It's going to happen automatically on our servers for us. It's going to supply the bases with loot. It's going to put sleepers inside the base so that it looks as real as possible. It's an awesome plugin. As soon as this plugin becomes publicly available, I'm going to do a tutorial on that one. I've actually asked the developer if I can do a sneak peek because I actually own this plugin already. We worked out a deal quite a while ago where I was able to get access to this plugin. He's still developing it. It's not finished. We could call it, it's in its beta version right now, but it is coming and it is awesome. You guys are going to love it. As soon as I do the sneak peek video of this plugin, you're going to see why I'm rooting for this plugin to be publicly available. It is going to cost. I'm going to warn you right now, this isn't going to be a free plugin because he has put months and months and months of development into this plugin. He's actually taken on another partner. They're going to work together and get this plugin primo. It's going to put, and no offense to the other developers out there, Orange, I know you're going to see this video, and I don't want to talk down your version of this plugin and the one that's available from the UMod website. I forget what the developer's name is. Trust me, I'm not talking down to your plugin skills, believe me. But I know that once you see this version of Rateable Bases, it's actually called Random Bases, you're going to understand why I waited so long to do a tutorial on this. Anyways, okay, that's enough jibber jabber from me. If you want to see even more tutorials on how you can make your server even better for your players, make sure you click on the playlist on the right hand side of the screen right now. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get updated as soon as I upload a new video. All right, that's it for me. You guys stay safe. Let's help flatten the curve. Let's all get back to work, and I'll see you guys again next Friday.